Hey, everybody. Welcome to week two. I'm actually recording this on Thursday afternoon of week one. And oh my God, I'm having so much fun reading all your work. I keep thinking I'm going to give like quick feedback on your stuff, and then I get totally into your ideas and I end up writing more feedback than I intend. But you know what? It's great. In fact, I texted my department chair, I think yesterday, the day before, and I was like, oh my God, I love so many of you are in the online liberal studies program, which I used to teach all the time and then haven't in a couple of years. And God, I just dig this group of people. You're all so dang smart. And so many of you are returning parents. And that's what I was. My daughter started kindergarten. I went back to school and got my bachelor's and master's and PhD in the time she did kindergarten, all of K-12. So I also just feel how hard it is to. So many of you are working and all those things. How hard it is to balance all the expectations. So I appreciate how much you're just jumping in and just sharing such thoughtful ideas. I just finished reading about 5 of the reading autobiographies. Oh my God, these are going to be so much fun to read because you're remembering particular teachers or books or experiences that you've had with reading, good and bad. And so they are a blast to read. So thanks so much. At some point, I have got to get off the laptop, but y'all keep turning stuff in, and then I keep wanting to give feedback. Okay, that took me too long to say. So week two coming up, we're going to now you need your series books. Um, King and Kayla, which I love that little series. Wings, which I just discovered recently. So for those, I'm not really a fantasy person, but it's pretty good. And I tried to give you a range of ones to choose from. Some of you have already read the one and only Ivan when you were probably, I don't know, doing probably in elementary school at some point, and how cool it might be for you to return to it as an adult. What else are we reading? Oh, Smile. I love Smile. If you like Smile, then she also has a book called Drama, which I also think is, especially for theater kids, so cool. So you're reading your series books this week. Um, and so Monday, you don't have anything due. I just said read your book, and they're children's books. You can, I think, read them pretty quickly. You need about half of it done by the time you get to the response on Tuesday, which is going to ask you to choose 2 possible prompts from a list that's going to invite you to think about what your series book offers kids. And then I've got a little bit longer response on Wednesday to Donald Miller's chapter 1 from Reading in the Wild. And I think I've said this before, but that entire book is actually a free version in our Chico State Library, which all of you have access to. So if you want more of the chapters eventually, it's just a great resource for teachers. She's got lots of stuff in her appendix. Um, and this time I'm going to have you kind of return to your reading autobiographies that you're writing today and think through them in connection to Miller's chapter 1. And then that prompt ends by inviting you to start to make your kind of future imagined list of books you'd like to read or find or resources for finding books. Because one of the hardest jobs as a teacher is to have stacks of books that you can recommend to kids based on, when you know that a kid is really into soccer, do you know Tangerine? Like you should have books in mind that like, oh, this kid has this interest. I know a book that would go with this. And it takes a lifetime to do that. I've already mentioned this book to a few of you, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This is like one of my favorite young adults. If you've never read it, it is so good. It eventually became a movie, but read the book. And then for those gamers in the room, because there's a few of us, have you read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow? Actually, the audiobook's really good too, because it switches between timelines and characters and stuff. So the audiobook's actually really cool too. So anyway, there's my summer recommended readings. Then I'm going to have you think about your series books, a little more connection to how you'll teach them, and something else. I can't remember what else we have. What else do we have? What else do we have at the end of the week? I'm forgetting now what's Thursday's task. Oh, that's right. Thursday's task is connecting your series book back to your classroom. And then you'll end again with a make. And these makes, you have one due this Sunday, and there'll be one due the next subsequent Sundays. This one's on fairy tales. The next one's going to be on your series books. They're intended to give you some options for being creative. And I'm trying to give you a whole bunch of choices, but you can just email me and say, can I do this? And I bet I'll say yes. So if you have a better idea of something you'd like to do with your series books or your fairy tale make, reach out to me because I'm open to all kinds of things. Okay, this is already too long, but I'm so excited and enjoying this work so much. So you're doing really good keeping up with things. I think the 24-hour grace period is working for all of us. I love when stuff's done early too. It gives me, when they come in a little bit early and a little bit late, it helps me with my feedback. So the 24 hours is just right. Any longer than that, it's really hard for me because then I have to keep going back into perusal and seeing if you posted, and it's a pain in the butt. So I appreciate you all keeping things as on task as you can. Highly appreciated. Okay, really loving reading your stuff. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to your series books next week.